Hey, I've lived with this setup every day for weeks now, and I still catch myself smiling before I even hit play. The JBL Bar 700 MK2 is for someone who refuses to settle for thin, flat sound, someone who's spent too many evenings straining to hear dialogue over mediocre bass, or leaning forward because music just wasn't alive. Before you go deeper, take a moment to check the current price and stock, because immersive systems like this with detachable surrounds and real Atmos presence don't linger long, and you don't want to watch the numbers drift up later. You know that feeling when a movie's opening scene feels lifeless? When explosions sound weak? When music feels distant instead of present? That moment when your gear just doesn't feel right is exactly when you realize you've outgrown compromise. You don't think it, you feel it. That subtle disappointment every time you sit down for a show or a game is the quiet sign it's time for an upgrade. From the moment I started living with this soundbar daily, the first change wasn't about decibels, it was about confidence. You stop lowering expectations. You stop apologizing to yourself for lackluster sound. You play something you love and everything feels three-dimensional instead of stuck in a box. Dialogue is clear without shouting, effects hit with weight, and music fills the room in a way that just feels right. In real use, this system shines everywhere. Watching a thriller at night feels cinematic because sound envelopes you, not just projects forward. Gaming feels alive because footsteps and explosions have real presence instead of being flat. Even everyday TV, news, comedies, documentaries, suddenly feels crisper and more engaging because every frequency feels balanced and intentional. And when you stream music through it, that 780 watts feels like every note finally has room to breathe. What you feel with this soundbar isn't just louder, it's immersive. It's presence. It's the subtle movement of sound above and around you that makes Dolby Atmos feel real, not just a speck on a box. You don't just hear it, you experience it. True surround isn't guesswork anymore, it's a stage that pulls you in. Now, if you're hesitating because you're waiting for some magical price dip or some future model, let me level with you, that kind of waiting usually means you miss out on the setup you actually wanted. Prices shift, stock fluctuates, and that hesitation? It's the very thing that turns into regret later when you're still listening to something that doesn't move you. And if you're thinking, is this really worth it? Let me reframe that. This isn't about extra bells and whistles. It's about presence. It's about walks between speakers that actually feel alive. It's about knowing every time you sit down that your system isn't just okay, it's right. That sense of completeness is what makes this system feel less like hardware and more like a foundation for your living space. Every time you use it, you'll feel this. Your movies hit deeper and clearer, your games feel more alive, your music finally breathes, your space feels richer and fuller, your setup feels capable and intentional in the realistic parts. It's not aimed at bargain bin audio, it's not the smallest, simplest system. At some point all the comparison tabs fade and you pick the setup that already felt right in your gut. So check the current price and stock while it's still clear, make that choice with confidence, and don't let this be one of those upgrades you push off and later regret. If you want audio that feels natural, powerful, and truly immersive every time you press play, this is where you take that step.